What's up, jabroni? Steven here, and welcome back to yet another reaction. Today we're hopping into Doctor Who, episode number 2. Wait, no, this is episode number 1 of season 3 of Doctor Who. Of course, The Runaway Bride was a spin-off, or not a spin-off, a special. So, you know, that went up. But yeah, Smith and Jones. Hopefully, it's a good episode. I'm guessing we're gonna get a new companion. There's like there's a girl on the cover that's not Rose, so I'm guessing she's the new companion. It's hard to avoid that when I'm clicking through the seasons. They show the people's pictures, so I'm guessing this girl is a new companion. We'll be seeing her in this episode, I'm guessing. Runaway Bride, I'm glad that I wasn't alone in not loving that episode. I just thought it was kind of okay, which a lot of you actually thought it was okay. Actually, I mean, I was supposed to do this thing where I show you guys the poll, but I forgot, so yeah. Don't really have time to do that, but we'll figure it out. Yeah, so definitely if you want, you can head over to Patreon. You can get the full uncut, unedited reaction. You can get episodes early over there. $1 gets you episodes about a week early, maybe a couple days early. Not a week, a few days early. You get episodes over there. The ones that come over to YouTube, of course. You could also get extra episodes early. So for context sake, we are on episode 6 or 5 over on YouTube, and we're on season 3, so it's about 6 episode difference if you head over to Patreon and you want it. All right, I'm pulling up the poll that we did on Patreon. If you didn't know, on Patreon we do polls for the episodes, and we kind of get like a community like feel for the episode. And we'll hop over here. I will show you guys what the overall people thought of the episode. Yeah, so this is the range that we were in when it comes to this. People thought it was about 8 to 5. I gave it like a 7 or a 6. I'm in that range. I don't remember what I gave it. This thing moves all the time by accident, so I'm in that range. I think I might have gave it a 6, but yeah, so that's what people think about the episode. They kind of thought it was okay. I was glad I wasn't, when it comes to Doctor Who, there are some loyal people that love this show, but yeah, but like I'm a person that could love a show and still critique a show. So I'm glad that I wasn't like people were killing me for not loving this episode. We'll see when it comes on YouTube though. Maybe on YouTube you guys are mad. Who knows? But nonetheless, I've been speaking for 10 minutes. Sorry about that. It's a long time. But we're gonna hop into this episode. Have a good time with it. Like, comment, subscribe. Like I mentioned, all the things that you can do over on Patreon if you want it. If you don't worry. You'll get the episodes when they come here, usually once a week. Have anything left to say? What was the ending of the Runaway Bride episode? I don't think there was like a major ending, right? Yeah, here we go. He's a go digger?
Like so. See?
Oh fuck. What the hell was that? Randomly walked up to her and said, like so?
Oi! Watch it, mate!
That's not creepy in the slightest. Oh no, dude. I would think the hospital's about to be shot up, dude. I'm surprised he went to the doctor. I mean the hospital. Surprised.
Are you having trouble locating the heart, Miss Jones?
I don't know. Listen,
What's he doing though? What's his plan?
tell Annalise at the buffet.
Bumps into her, pretends he didn't bump into her. There's some weird dudes with helmets.
Pouring down.
It's not raining here.
Holy shit.
Oh, that's weird.
Huh. It's like pulling it. Huh. Teleported. How are they not all dead right now? Also, how are the lights on? Man, the overacting right now in this scene. What is that? I mean, after a while, you gotta just move out of London, right? Like, you know what? Too much weird shit happens here. Yeah, I don't know. I'd be freaking out, but I wouldn't. They're like freaking out like over the top. I'd be freaking out too, but I don't know. They're just kind of. I'd be asking a lot of questions.
It's real.
Yeah, I'd be like her.
We'd lose all the air.
And I'd be like her all day.
Exactly airtight. If the air was going to get sucked out, it would have happened straight away, but it didn't. So how come?
Very good point.
Hey.
What was your name?
Martha?
How's it going out?
Okay.
We might die.
We might not.
Good. Come on.
That's why that's why he's gonna bring her as a companion probably. He likes her mind, what she thinks. Very eager, like Rose. Just take chances. Look who, I mean, it's probably gonna be like a new species we've never seen before, I'm guessing. Thought it'd be the same, because we just had the Daleks and the Cybermen a couple like last episode, so it doesn't make sense to do them again. We've never seen these ships before, have we? Man, I'm expecting Rose to be like here doing things, but I forgot she's gone.
What do you two want? It's a bit late to sign for anything.
These are my lovely boys. I prefer not to get my hands dirty.
I'm sorry.
You see, there are great tests to come, and terrible deeds.
Oh,
Even brought a straw.
oh, oh my God. Poor guy. So she has nothing to do with what's happening outside. She just happens to be caught up in it. Interesting. Oh, they're just walking. Oh, I mean, yeah, they were walking with confidence, guys. What did y'all think was gonna happen? Oh, they're just gonna run into the portal. I'm thinking they're gonna murder all of us.
Oh, look down there. You got a little shop. I like a little shop.
Never mind that.
Oh man, from season 2.
Police. Wow. Police for hire.
The shop.
Thugs.
And they brought us to the moon. Where'd you get that from?
She's much like Rose. I think all the companions are gonna be like that. They're not gonna be scared or anything. Just more intrigued. Lady, there's Rhino alien things down there, and you're gonna find it weird that I know all about this and saying I'm alien. Dumbass. We've got ourselves a moron.
Charge physical assault. Plea guilty. Sentence execution.
Man, he is judge, jury.
Justice is swift.
He is judge, jury, and executioner. Holy shit. I'm into this episode. I like it. It's weird, it's different, but it's... They must like not look human. They're wearing the helmets, so I'm guessing they don't look human. Point at them. It's him.
But isn't that going to kill you?
Nah, it's only Röntgen radiation. We used to play with Röntgen bricks in the nursery. It's safe for you to come out. I've absorbed it all.
He said we used to play with it in the
Experiment.
What is it?
Whatever, concentrate. Solid leather all the way through. Someone has got one hell of a fetish.
Solid leather all the way through?
It was working for her.
Art. That's what she said about survival.
Non-human.
Oh my God, you really are?
And again.
Forgive me for this. It could save 1,000 lives. It means nothing. Honestly, nothing.
Why did she do that? Why did he do that? I don't get it.
That was nothing.
I don't get why he kissed her.
My bunions, look. I mean, awful stuff, perfectly good treatment. The nurses were lovely. I said to my wife, I said I'd recommend this place to anyone, but then we end up on the moon. And
She knows who you are.
did I mention the rhinos?
I must appear to be human.
Well, you're welcome to come home and meet the wife. Keep an eye on her. We can have cake.
Does he have blood?
Human.
Ugh, he does have blood. He's letting it happen. Why? Wait. It makes sense. He's not human when they scan her.
Go ahead, mind. Scan all you like.
Non-human.
What?
Confirm analysis.
Oh, but it's a mistake, surely. I'm human. I'm as human as they come. Slap! Stop them!
The Leatherman? Oh, that was...
Verdict guilty. Sentence execution.
I like it. I like it, man. I I like the Rhino people.
Enjoy your victory, Jadoon, because you're gonna burn with me. Burn in hell!
I mean, so he did. He knew that she would save him.
3, 4, 5.
Yeah, there's no errors. Her last breath.
Scanner. She did something.
Will they send us back? I mean, they took the hospital out of Earth, but they're not gonna send it back.
Come on, Jadoon, reverse it. It's raining, Martha. It's raining on the moon.
They had no intentions of killing any humans.
There's thousands of people trying to get in. The whole city's come to a halt. And Dad phoned because it's on the news and everything. He was crying. God, there's been a murder.
Heard the noise in the distance barely.
I mean, what really happened?
Maybe she's not the companion. It's not her. I thought it was her. I don't look like her on the cover, but the doctor's just watching it. He's like, yeah, your life's kind of crazy. Yeah, so she is coming. Not creeped out at all by the guy just hanging out in the alleyway. I kind of was like, oh man, I wonder if they introduced her and then Rose around, it'd be an interesting dynamic between her and Rose, but Rose would be all jealous. So I'm assuming she'll probably get jealous too, because the kiss thing.
That was this morning. But did you... Oh my God, you can travel in time.
Ty? I don't get it.
But hold on, if you could see me this morning, why didn't you tell me not to go into work?
Crossing into established events is strictly forbidden,
Oh,
except for cheap tricks.
that's what.
And that's your spaceship.
It's called the TARDIS. Time and relative dimension in space.
Your spaceship's made of wood.
Oh shit! I
There's
didn't know
not
the
much
TARDIS
room,
actually had a
maybe.
meaning behind it. Thought it was just called TARDIS. I didn't know it had the letters meant stuff.
The handbrake. Ready?
No.
Where we going?
Climbing's a bit bumpy.
Welcome aboard, Miss Jones.
It's my...
Alright, well, that was episode number 1 of season number 3. I like that episode a lot. I kind of want to give it like an 8. I think I don't know, I think it did a good job of introducing our new companion, establishing her kind of character she's going to be. Some similar traits to Rose in how she looks at things, how intrigued she is by things, how just her outlook at everything. Very Rose-like. The mission, the storyline itself with the rhinos and the weird creature on the thing, I thought that was all very interesting. I enjoyed this episode. I mean, I want to say an 8, but it could also be a 9. I mean, I just really dug the episode. I don't have too much negative to say about the episode, so we'll break down. We'll see what we have here. So we're introduced to, right out the gate, our main girl. Walking down the street. She's talking to her sister, her brother, her mom, and her dad. Kind of all revolving around her brother's party. Everybody's kind of like acting a certain way, being all, oh man, dad's bringing his girlfriend. Girlfriend's kind of ditzy. The dad essentially cheated on the mom with the new girlfriend, so great father figure there, great husband, I guess. But nonetheless, we get introduced to her. Then we see that she's not a doctor. Whatever the thing they got people are that before they become doctors. Like she says she has to take a test. What do they call them again? Residents. That sound about right? Maybe. I could be wrong. All right, so we're going through some people. We see this old lady who's only been eating salads. Then we see the doctor who actually bumped into her earlier in the episode and talked to her about a tie. He was like, see? Tie. He did the C thing. I don't know, that was a cool callback. He's like, see? And then he puts the tie back on. And then she mentions it earlier, and then like, really? Huh? He didn't understand why. So then we meet the doctor. He's in here. He has 2 hearts. He winks at her, which is interesting because I'm like, why would he purposely check himself into a hospital knowing the whole 2 hearts thing? We get the answer that, you know, he's essentially looking for something. These weird people in leather, which I would feel a hospital with security would be like, hey, helmet's off. That would have, you know, that warn people. We got the sister. They're talking, they're bantering. It starts to rain outside, but it's only raining over the building. The sister's like, what's going on? Then when they look at the rain, rain's raining up. So it's essentially a portal is what it is. And we end up on the moon. Some weird overacting here, and I get it. You know, you're gonna be freaked out, but they were acting. That overacting was not good in this scene. They were just like they were just like several of the extras were just over hamming it up. All right, so once that happens, we get to know the mindset of our new companion. What's her name? Her name, Martha. It's Martha. So we get introduced to Martha, or not introduced, but we get to see kind of like her outlook on things. She's less scared about what's happening and more intrigued about what's happening. She's like, you know, she's asking, or the friend asks, but like says about like, don't open the window, we will lose our air. She's thinking about things in a more logical sense. Well, we're not airtight. How we have air anyway? She wants to know if we can breathe outside. She's asking all these interesting questions, which is what draws essentially the doctor to her, because she's asking all these weird things. They go outside. They have a nice little back and forth. Kind of essentially, I mean, I don't want to say it's like proving herself to the doctor, but the doctor's looking at her and she's like, he's just loving the things that she's saying and her outlook on life and the way she's thinking. It's very Rose-like. I mean, it is like Rose. If you think back to when we first met Rose, she asked all these questions. She was very intrigued, and I think that's what attracts the doctors to the companions. We get these aliens, then we get introduced to this old lady. She ends up being the bad person to let people work with her. And her species essentially drinks the blood. She's kind of like a vampire, but more like a proper vampire. She won't put like her fangs or teeth on the person. They just suck the blood out of them. So that's interesting. We get introduced to the soldier people. They're rhinos. I was complimenting. I thought the suits looked pretty cool. Then we see what they are. They're rhinos. But they're not bad. They're just looking for somebody or something. And they're going throughout. They're like human, or putting an X on it. I guess you can say, this was my problem with Rose. Not like at the beginning. How accepting she is of everything crazy. This girl is very much the same way. She's accepting of everything. Like, oh, well, I guess things are just weird. But they did add a little bit of context here where she was like, well, over the past couple of years, you know, the alien spaceships, they've already established aliens kind of exist. So it's a lot less weird, you know. I guess her reaction compared to Rose's reaction at the beginning, because when Rose did the reaction to it all, she wasn't as scared as she should be. And even in this situation, giant rhinos are here to kill us, or appear to kill us. And she essentially isn't scared. We get this random dude try to hit the rhinos.
Witness the crime.
She says, witness the crime.
Charge physical assault. Plea guilty. Sentence execution.
Like, I thought that was good. That's a cool, like, I don't know. I dig the way that they outlook, like the way that they handle the situation. He played, I guess, judge, jury, and executioner right there. I mean, it's fucked up, but I thought it was cool the way that they did it. Doctor's trying to find out what they're looking for. He's looking. He knows that there's a species here. He just doesn't know what it is. They do the scan on the doctor. They find out he's not human. He's got to run. He already did the run. No, not yet. That's late. All right, that's later. So right now we're the she goes to find the guy in charge sees that the old lady killed him, and they send the leather guy after her. They do radiation at him. Very, very cool. Doctor does some weird shit with the shoe and radiation going to the body. We find out how and why essentially the old lady sucked the blood out of that guy, because it would make her, they scan her, appear human. But it only goes for a little while, so she needs to do it again because they're gonna rescan later. Doctor figures out. So running, dead body. Doctor, they find out who the doctor is and they chase him. They're chasing him through here. I think right here, right? When they're chasing, he kisses her, and I'm like, why would he kiss her? That doesn't make any sense. And then we find out later, a few minutes later, why he did it. It's essentially because it'll leave like his residue of his species on her, and it'll fluctuate the way that scanners do the scanning. Essentially, he called it like some type of transference thing. That makes sense. Then he starts to, I thought the dialogue and banter here with when they were in the MRI room and their whole back and forth, I thought worked. I liked it. He was coming off as human. Essentially, he knew what he needed. He knew what was going to happen. He was going to banter. Once he figured out, he told her about the whole scanning. They're rescanning, so she's got to kill another human. She sucks the blood all like out of the doctor. So while that's happening, they're doing their whole double testing of the Martha girl. They're testing to see, because it's like half is human, but then it's not human. They have to test it to make sure. So it's like we have to like a more thorough exam. So did she not suck all of the doctor's blood out of his body? Is that what happened here? Because he didn't die. And if she would have sucked all the blood out, would he have died, or does he regenerate his own blood? But essentially, when she's sucking the blood, the guys walk in and she stops. So I'm thinking maybe she didn't suck all the blood out of him. But either way, it doesn't matter. Big of a deal. He's kind of passed out for a while. The whole scanning thing happens. I thought it was a really, really cool thing where, non-alien, when they scanned her because she took the blood of the doctor. Then we figure out what her crime was. Her crime was she killed the princess, and she described the princess in a certain way. And I don't understand why the purpose of describing the princess were. I'm gonna like if there was more to it than that's just that, or it was just for the purpose of the show.
Charged with the crime of murdering the child princess of Padraville Regency 9.
Well, she deserved it. Those pink cheeks and those blonde curls and that slippery voice.
Pink cheeks, blonde curls, and I feel like, is that supposed to be a callback to something that I'm not getting? Maybe. I'm guessing that's what it is. I'm guessing I'm supposed to I just don't know. I don't get it. First I thought I was like, oh, maybe it was like some type of fairy tale that she's referencing, but I don't know what she was actually referencing. Essentially they kill her. They've done something to this portal thing, which essentially will kill everything that breathes in the region, like 250,000 mile radius. Everybody will die. Should be able to leave in the ships that they came in. But the Rhino people leave. Doctor wakes up. Doctor does a bunch of stuff to save her. He can't figure it out. I mean, if the Rhinos don't do what they do, they're dead. But the Rhino, but I guess this proves that the Rhino people aren't bad, essentially, because they just came there, got their person that they have to kill, and then they're out. And he was like, he's kind of saying like, please send us back. They sent them back. Everything kind of goes back to normal. She does like a half smile here. When she's back, the doctor leaves. There's like a smile here when she's doing her makeup, like kind of like thinking about the doctor. We have the whole Hardy situation going to hell. Just like, you would expect. Girlfriend, ex-wife, gold digger girlfriend, kids. It just became sloppy. Then the doctor shows her up. So he's saying, I'll give you a gift because of what happened. Go on a trip with me. I'll take you I'll go somewhere. We'll go in time. Kind of giving him the same spew that the doctor gave Rose. Same thing about she's checking it out. Oh my God, it's bigger on the inside kind of situation. Then we get a reference back to the tie thing, which I thought was pretty cool. Ran into him randomly. The episode. And she's kind of flirting with him, but the doctor's like, no. Mentions Rose, like, you're not replacing her. I feel like that you're not replacing her thing is kind of like for the audience. I know that happens with like a lot of audiences when somebody comes in. It's like the new character, people get mad about her. I guess that's more like for the audience, like, you're not replacing her. So that the audience knows that Rose is still out there. He mentions that she's happy. We don't actually know that she's happy. She wasn't happy when we last saw her, but maybe she is. We don't know how much time has passed. And yeah, this is our new companion, which I like her. And it's gonna take me a while for me to get used to her. Although I thought Rose was very annoying, I liked her character because I don't know, she was cute, adorable, annoying, like a sister kind of way. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how if I like her. It's gonna take a while. The same way it's taking me a while to get used to this doctor. Which this episode actually of the David Tennant episodes, I've really liked about 5. So there's been what? How many? There's been really about 13. There's been about 15 episodes, right? No, 13 episodes, 14 episodes of David Tennant so far, right? I've really liked a lot. About 5 or 6 episodes. A couple I thought were pretty good, and then a couple I just thought were okay, and then there were a couple that I just didn't enjoy that much. So this one would fall in line with the ones that I really like from David Tennant. So I definitely want to keep growing on that, like fall more in love with this Doctor. I still think the first Doctor is the one that I like the most, based on I liked him more than Tennant for right now. I like Tennant's character. My biggest thing with Tennant was I didn't see the chemistry that he had with Rose. It took a while for that. They were almost kind of too similar in their personalities, kind of goofing and all that stuff. And then the first Doctor was more, I don't want to say serious, but just different. And I felt David Tennant and Rose kind of were very similar in their personalities and the dynamic of having two people that are so similar. I was bored with for a while. It took me a bit to get used to that. And I don't know. We'll see how this new girl does. Hopefully she does well, though. All right, well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's my reaction. Hopefully you guys liked it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Head over to Patreon for the full, uncut, unedited reaction. You can get episodes early if you want them. Like, comment, subscribe. $1 gets you episodes on the day that they drop on YouTube. Actually, a couple days before that. I'm going to get out of here, and I'm going to talk to you guys later.